And so far, there has been no disruption to the flow of oil.
So then why are the prices climbing already? New this morning, John Shumway set to find out some answers for us. So what did you find out?
Well, the fact is the prices haven't stopped climbing, and if you see that $3.59, buy it. The answer is very simple. We are still dealing with the oil industry trying to climb out of the pandemic shutdowns of their refineries. And now comes the cloud of Russia over our heads. On the world stage, it's the ultimate example of supply and demand.
Americans, by the way, and other global economies, buyers are desperate for fuel because economies are recovering.
And now comes the crisis in Ukraine, as the world waits to see how Russia will react to the sanctions announced by President Biden yesterday.
Russia could lash out by saying, hey, you know what? We're going to stop shipping oil because they are the second largest global producer.
If they do that, Haan says their buyers will look for fuel elsewhere, and that could be from the source currently filling your pump.
If Russia curtails shipments, I would hope the president would offset that by making a release from the SPR with no strings attached.
That is what the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is for. And Haan hopes that the president doesn't use it just to lower prices, because then he wouldn't have anything left in the tank if Russia does put a cork in its pipeline. Unsettling? You bet.
Uncertainty, turmoil, that's exactly what markets hate.
And why crude oil prices are soaring.
As long as the price increase is sustained and significant, Americans could start feeling it at the pump in as little as 72 hours.
72 hours, in other words, 3 days, we could see it at the pump. And we did see the world price of oil touch that $100 mark yesterday. One thing on our side is shutting off the flow from Russia would hurt Russia too, because they wouldn't be getting the money. So that's something to consider. But that 3-day clock is ticking. So you might want to fill up if you need gas before the weekend, which is when we always see prices going up.
All right, so this $4 a gallon that we've heard so much about, this isn't maybe a maybe, but a when factor.
Yeah, I would say that is certain at this point. It's just a question of how soon that will come. The Russian invasion may make it come sooner, but absolutely by Memorial Day, we're looking at that $4 a gallon. Now, the question is, once we get there, how long is it going to last? Is it going to be touch 4 and then come back down? We'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, we appreciate your crystal ball here this morning,
We're
John.
trying.
Yeah, you're trying. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you in a bit.